We are officially 30 days away from Disney, so let's get some things done. 1 month until Disney! There's a few things that I really like to get done before a trip about a month out. It makes it so quick for in the mornings, which really helps with those early morning hours. For me and my more type A personality, that is not my favorite thing. Hi Magical Moms, my name's Tiana and here at Magically Ever Mom, I share lots of tips, tricks, and personal adventures to help you get the most out of your Disney World vacation with little kids and babies. I post every Thursday and every other Monday, so make sure you subscribe to not miss the next one. Today's video is gonna go all through everything I like to get done 30 days before a Disney World vacation, so let's get to it. If you haven't made your morning coffee today, let's make some because I think we're gonna need it. Well, hi again. It's quite a few hours later. It is now 4:45-ish. We just had a lot of stuff going on today. We went to a birthday party. I needed to vacuum, just some other cleaning, random just weekend tasks. There's a few things that I really like to get done before a trip about a month out. And those are our day-by-day itinerary, so which park, which day, outfits, a rough idea at least, so I know if I need to order anything or if kids are growing out of things, whatever. And then also look at our replenishables as far as travel toys that are maybe like sticker pages or something that I need to get more of that the kids still like, or toiletries, things that, you know, need replenishing. So now that we're back and I can kind of get a few things sorted for the trip, we are gonna start with our day-by-day itinerary. And essentially I just need to figure out, okay, which park are we doing which day, what maybe are our must-dos for each day, and we'll see what we get into. So as we get started into this day-by-day itinerary, I'm gonna use this trip planner here that is or was made by Pixie Dust and Mom. I will link it down below for you guys to go and purchase in her shop if you would like to. It just goes over each day. You can choose or write down your must-dos. You can write down each meal, what you plan to do, which park for each day. Nice little cheat sheet here. So let's fill this out together. I've got my little helper here now. Say hi.
Hi.
Do you know how many days until we go to Disney World? 30.
30 days.
1 month until Disney. What's your favorite park?
Magic Kingdom.
I thought so. And now we've got to figure out which parks to do on which day. Okay, so now we've done a little bit more stuff. I filled out a few more options on here. So let's just go over the next couple things. I filled out park hours and which parks for which day. So let's get started and see what we're getting into for this upcoming trip. We've got Animal Kingdom for day 1, and then Hollywood Studios for day 2, Magic Kingdom for day 3, Magic Kingdom in the morning of day 4, and then we're going to Epcot in the afternoon. And then our final day, or part day really, is Epcot before we head home around lunchtime. And so I filled in basically the hours for each park, as you noticed, and along with early entry, although I didn't do that for here because it doesn't matter, we're not there for early entry. And then extended evening hours doesn't matter to us. One, we aren't at a deluxe resort this time. Also, they just don't really matter for us with our kids, with having Will and him being so young. Extended evening hours don't really benefit us at the moment. Now that I've kind of shown you which park, which day, I'm just gonna share a little bit about our day-by-day schedule and how we typically do Disney. We are those semi-crazy people that love to do early entry every day that we can. Those early hours are just so nice for a lot of different reasons. Weather, depending on when you're coming, if you're coming in the summer, the early hours, you gotta get them out of the way because it gets hot, hot, hot. Also, crowd levels are another big one. Those first like 2 hours in the parks are really, really good for crowd levels because most people, well, maybe not most, but there's quite a few people that obviously, as you can attest to with having young kids, it's hard to get out the door. And so a lot of people don't get to the parks and maybe get going there until 10 or 11 sometimes. So if you can make the most of getting there for early entry and being there at the park at 8:39, whatever it is, it really helps with the ride waits. While taking advantage of early entry, this also means that we need to do a midday break. And so do you if you have little kids. Our oldest, who is now 4, she hasn't napped at Disney for quite a while, but we still go back to the hotel, do a break, reset, let her maybe go to the playground that's at the hotel. She just gets to relax a little bit. We all do. And our youngest will tend to do a nap around that time, at least hopefully. With us doing a midday break, that also means that we can be refreshed and reset to go back for the evening hours in the park for another 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever we can get in. If you also have young kids, little kids, or babies, you're not doing a midday break, you definitely need to incorporate this into your schedule because it's life-changing. I am thinking about planning a more in-depth video about how we decide our whole park day, kind of hour by hour schedule. So if you'd like to see that, give us a comment. Let me know down below if that's something you'd like to see.
Hanging by my bedside, still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet.
Due to some audio issues for the next few clips, sorry about that. I will be doing more of a summarized version instead of the longer version of what I had spoken out previously. You'll notice in a lot of these, I put an or in between the restaurants because there's typically 2 or 3 options that we actually like. Most days we will just go on based on what we feel like having or whatever is closest to where we are at in the park at that moment. For our first day, we'll have breakfast at home / in the car ride on the way there, and we'll be having lunch at Animal Kingdom, which will either be Yak or Yeti or Satuli Canteen. The other option will be the dinner option. The next day at Hollywood Studios will be hotel breakfast at the resort, and then when we go into Hollywood Studios, we'll either do Woody's or Dockside Diner. For dinner, we'll probably do ABC Commissary. I just feel like their menu is a bit more dinner than Woody's or Dockside Diner. This is our full schedule of what we're hoping to eat. In just a few minutes, I will go over our must-dos as well.
Can fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like
For our second full day, again, we're doing breakfast at the hotel before we head out for the day. And then lunch will be Columbia Harbor House or Pecos Bill or Cosmic Rays. Those are 3 favorites that we like to use at Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom, even though it is my favorite park for rides, it actually is my least favorite park for food, but it still has a couple of decent options. Now we're to our final full day, that is, and again, it's breakfast at the hotel. We don't like to wait to have breakfast in the park because it's just too long for us. We know we feel better when we all have some full bellies before we get in some rides. That way we can also take advantage of the early entry park hours a little bit more. In the evening, this is the day that we will be heading over to Epcot after we do our midday break. which means this time of year we get to hit the Food and Wine Festival up. That is one of our favorites, even though we don't really drink very much. This year we decided that our favorites to try out are gonna be India, Germany, and Japan.
Oh, heavenly, when did you fall right up?
Now after another little break, sorry about that, but mom duty called. It's now another hour or two later, and now we've just got to talk about our checkout date. And this is going to be our half day at Epcot. Breakfast is going to be at our resort again, but I'm also thinking of kind of doing a smaller breakfast that day and then picking up maybe a mid-morning snack, a late morning snack in Leal. They have some really, really nice food there and pastries, as you can probably imagine, and it's one of our favorite places to stop for just a little snack. It will also be nice checkout day, meaning that it is a little bit more hectic trying to get out the door with all the bags, getting everything packed up and whatnot. So having that slightly smaller breakfast and having it be just a little bit quicker will hopefully help us get to early entry right on time. Then for lunch, we are going to do either Katsura Grill or Royal Eagle. Those are two of our favorites there at Epcot. And then for dinner, I've just put at home because at that point, we will be back home. Since we already put yesterday's evening Epcot must-dos as Meeting Mickey and Minnie and Remy's, I think we'll do Frozen as probably our first must-do, and then probably Nemo, and maybe Meeting Belle, or maybe we'll do Anna and Elsa. I'll kind of, I think we'll do Belle. I think she's into Belle more right now than Anna and Elsa. The other option that would be a must-do for us would be the new and improved test track, which we haven't done because we just don't really do rides without our kids. We typically will do rides that at least one of them can go on. With the new test track, I will probably show Adeline a video of it sometime, see if it's any interest, but my gut is telling me that it's gonna be too fast because that is actually quite a quick ride. I really like that ride because of that. I think at least for her, being only 4, I think she's probably gonna say, not this time. All right, well, that's our basic plans, basic day-by-day itinerary for what we're gonna do this October trip. But I do have a very detailed itinerary that I always keep on my phone. I just kind of keep updating it for each trip. It's a bit too detailed, to be honest. It's detailed to the point where we definitely don't meet all of our goals. I pretty much have it broken down every 15 minutes to 30 minutes of what we're gonna be doing, what at least our goals are to do when we're doing lunch, what rides I'd like to get done in the morning versus afternoon, everything. We're never able to hit everything. I mean, probably not even close, but hey, I'm a dreamer. I like to plan big, I guess. Since this video does go live after our trip, I am also gonna mention that we are staying at All Star Music this time. This will be our first time there, so I'm quite excited to stay there. We've done All Star movies, so now we're gonna try a different one and see how we like it. The other value resort that I'd really like to try next would be Pop Century. I'd love to try it, see how it compares, see how we like it. I've heard lots of good things about it. Here's our final itinerary for our Disney wish list. We'll see how much of this we can get done, and hopefully it's good. We've now got all of our must-dos.
Smile that makes the sun rise.
Hi there, it's the next day, so now we've got 29 days to go until Disney. The main project that I want to try and get done, not sure I'll be able to get through the whole thing of it, but I want to start outfit planning. I like to do this about a month out because then I can kind of see what pieces we're missing. I don't like to buy whole new wardrobes for every Disney trip. That would get way too expensive. If there's little gaps that we need to fill, especially if my daughter or son are growing out of clothes and they need some new things, or will by the time we go, then I know what I can get, what pieces we're missing. This way, hopefully, less overpacking and we take just what we need. I also like to do this after I have done the Disney wish list that we worked on yesterday, because then I can refer to that and kind of know, okay, this day we're doing this park, this day this park, etc. So that when I plan our outfits, I do kind of like to plan them for the park and do some type of a theme, whether that's color, characters, whatever. I've also just done some laundry, so we've got most of our clothes clean. I'm not gonna be grabbing any undergarments or like undershorts, things like that. One, because we just don't have very many of certain of those things. Also, this is not our final packing, so I don't need to pack every nitty-gritty thing. This is just about getting a rough idea for our outfits each day so that we don't overpack, so that we bring kind of just what we need. Speaking of stress, if you are someone that's enjoying all this semi-stressful mom life craziness, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's become an internet family. I'm also gonna grab our packing cubes out now. These have been a really, really nice addition to just packing and organizing all of our stuff. You'll see in a minute how I do one color for me and Adeline, one color for Tom and Will. It's made so much difference for us at the hotel, knowing that I can just pull out two packing cubes and know that that is our next day's outfit. It makes it so quick for in the mornings, which really, really helps with those early morning hours. So let's get started. Okay, so basically what I'm doing first is I'm going and grabbing any tops that have any sort of kind of Disney-ish theme to them and just seeing what we have and seeing, okay, which ones of these are maybe gonna work for some days that we're going. So we've got our packing cubes here. I use blue for Will and Tom, pink from Adeline. These are the big sizes out here, and then there's 3 more in each of these that are basically half of this size. And I'm actually thinking that because we're going for 5 days, 3 full days plus our travel days, I might grab and order 1 more set of packing cubes. Not sure what color, but might go and grab 1 more set of those. I've pretty much gathered now all of our any sort of Disney themed outfits in any way, or dresses and tops essentially. I'll decide from this batch first to see what we've got, what we want, and then I can know, okay, what stuff do we want to order, where do we need to fill in these gaps. And now I'm gonna grab my Disney wish list so we know which park we're doing and how we can plan. So far, we've got a couple tops that I know that I'm gonna pack that will be dirty. Tom has kind of a matching top to mine that we'll wear on the same day. Adeline has a matching top to our Cars top that she'll wear with the Hollywood Studios day. I've pretty much got out kind of what we have that is clean. There are a few missing pieces here, but I've got a good idea for myself. So I've kind of lined it up as of for each day. So we've got Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom / Epcot, and then Epcot. That's kind of how I've got each day's laid out. I have shorts that I could go with all of Adeline's, so she technically would have full outfits, possibly. I'm probably gonna go ahead though and get Adeline some new shorts because she's worn them a lot. They've gotten a lot of use and she's almost in the next size up anyway. For me at the top, I do have some shorts that I can go with my dresses because I personally like to wear shorts underneath my dresses. I don't have an idea for what I'm gonna do for Animal Kingdom, so I might look for a new top or outfit for myself for that. Same with Adeline for Animal Kingdom. Might get her a new top, might look at least and see what I can find. And then for William in this next row, he does have a top that he was actually wearing today. And then I do have a pair of shorts that will go with this outfit. So this outfit is complete. It's Magic Kingdom Day. I need to figure out an outfit for him for our Magic Kingdom / Epcot Day. I'm not really sure what for that. I don't think we have anything that's popping out in my mind that's dirty that I just don't have access to right now. So that might be something that I might go ahead and find something for and order something new. And then for Tom's row, he has a top here that happens to be dirty. This is where he would wear a matching top to me. And then shorts, I don't really have to worry about. I'll figure that out because he definitely has enough shorts. And then his final day, that might be a day where, again, I might do something new for him. So I think I've got a pretty good idea, and that's why I like to do this. And so what I'm going to do is I am actually going to take a photo of how I've laid this out, because then I can go ahead and look back on it. So I just took a photo of how I've laid this all out. That is going to help me when throughout this week or next week, depending on kind of when I get to it, I can see what types of clothes we need to get, what bits and pieces we're missing from. This way I'm spending a lot less money and just reusing clothes that we already have. Nobody needs to buy a whole new wardrobe for vacation, especially Disney. Thankfully this year, the current trip lines up to where my daughter is starting to outgrow a lot of her current clothes. She's not like completely outgrown them yet, kind of on that verge, which means she can still wear her clothes, but stuff that maybe that has gotten too worn down, like some of her shorts, her biker type shorts that she wears under dresses or with a lot of her t-shirt, those have gotten a lot of use and are starting to look pretty dingy. So now when I go ahead and buy them, probably in the next week or two, I can just get the size up, knowing that they're actually gonna last for another year. Because for me, I am still nursing and nursing a lot and very often. I need clothes that I can easily nurse in, which means that for my clothes, I don't actually have a massive amount of clothes to work from. I kind of have to pick and choose, which is another thing that makes this way of packing helpful, because again, I'm not overbuying. I can really see, okay, how many pairs of clothes do I have that actually are kind of a little bit Disney-ish, kind of give that little bit Disney theming. I can also nurse in and they're comfortable. Unfortunately, this does mean that I really can't pack clothes until a couple days ahead of time, sometimes even the day before. And for me and my more type A personality, that is not my favorite thing, but hey, it means less things laying around the house, which I really like. I am not someone that deals well with clutter. And I will have some of these outfits linked down below if I can find them. Some of them are Amazon purchases, some not, so I'll see what I can find for you guys. I didn't get a chance to officially end the vlog, sorry, motherhood called again. But now that you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and let me know down below in the comments what your favorite part of planning a Disney vacation is. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, which is gonna be our arrival day video at Disney. I'm so excited for you guys to see that one. It'll be so much fun. Thanks so much for following along, and I'll see you in the next one right here. Bye guys.